Hello, this is James from britishfamily.co.uk, and today I'm going to talk to you about China. Not the country, but this stuff. And more specifically, I'm going to talk to you about Dutchess, who make ceramics in Stoke-on-Trent. And there's a little mark under there, established in 1888, made in England, very nice. Now, Stoke-on-Trent in the 19th century was renowned throughout the world for its production of ceramics, pottery, fine bone china, and really was the centre of ceramic manufacture across the globe. As recently as the 1970s, there were still as many as 200 potteries still operating in the region, and really that's declined over the last 30 years to a situation where we have probably about 30 large-scale producers now. Really, when Wedgwood closed their doors in 2009 and went into administration, I think many people felt that really that was going to be the end of ceramics, large-scale ceramics manufacturing in the region. But actually, that doesn't seem to be the case. If anything, there seems to have been a recent resurgence in and pride in ceramics produced in Staffordshire. And one of those companies is Dutchess, who I must admit I hadn't heard of until they contacted us probably a little over 2 weeks ago, and said, look, we'd like to send you a teapot. And we thought, great, thank you very much, we need a teapot. And a big box arrived a couple of days later with all of this stuff in. So what they have provided us to review is the teapot, a milk jug, a sugar bowl, and six cups. Now these cups are a little unusual, but we'll talk about that later. What is fantastic about Duchess China, first of all, is the price. Now, those people that follow our blog know that actually as a family we're not interested in the really expensive designer stuff. Yes, I mean, living on that kind of stuff would be great, but for normal families what you want is a good quality product at a good price, and if it has fantastic design to go with it, then that's even better. With this tea set, I think we have the holy trinity. You know, we have the good price, we have the great quality, and we have the fact that it actually is stunning. So let's look at the teapot first of all, because I mean this is the centerpiece of the whole thing, and you see it's got this kind of vivid country scene all the way around it. And I'm no ceramics expert, but I know enough, I watch enough daytime TV to kind of go, well, look, actually the design of that is a bit like Clarice Cliff, but a bit more tasteful, if I'm honest. It has a bit of a 1970s kind of feel to it. It's got these little flowers, stylized flowers on the top. I wouldn't be able to hazard a guess as to what they might be, but I mean it's absolutely beautiful. And when I say that the price is great, well, let me give you an example. The teapot, for instance, retails on their site at £35 thereabouts. Now, an equivalent Emma Bridgewater teapot, for instance, so I'm sure you've heard of, would set you back probably £50, £60, if not more, for some of the more highly decorated stuff. I mean, yes, this is transfer printed, but it's all created by hand. Why a lot of ceramics is expensive is because really half of the cost is in labour. So to find well-priced ceramics that are made in the UK is difficult, and actually this is fantastically well priced. So this is the teapot. It probably holds about, I would say, 1.5 pints, maybe even as much as 2 pints. I don't know what that is in litres. I don't know, is there a conversion? I'll tell you what, I'll put the conversion up here. And so actually, what's that? That's probably, I think that's enough to do the 6 cups that they've sent me. Yeah, I would say so. So here's the milk jug, which has, again, continuing the design, this country scene. Little blue trees and a farmhouse, and that pattern is repeated on the other side. Here's the sugar bowl, and again, same design here, and there's a little seam along the back here, and again these 3 flowers on the top. Now, there are 3 designs for the cups that I have in terms of the printed design, but there's something that's slightly more unusual about the cups, which is these ones have a little hat, a little lid, which has this little floret thing. One thing I don't understand, perhaps, is why the teapot doesn't actually mirror that floret that is on the teapots. I'm not too sure. The same with the sugar bowl. Doesn't mirror that little floret. You see, it's like a little flower on top. I'm not sure if that bothers me at all, but it's just a strange design inconsistency, which would seem a little odd. But so we have this little hat to keep your tea warm, I assume, and in here we have this little device, which I've not actually seen one of these before. I'm sure that they're quite common, but you put your tea leaves in here, so it's for loose tea. You put your tea leaves in here, and then you can put that in your cup with his little hat on. Leave it to brew, and 3 minutes later, your tea is still warm, nicely brewed. You take this out, and I suppose, strangely, that negates the need for a teapot. Or I might be wrong. I mean, in reality, I suspect you'd want to use the teapot because it's so cool. So anyway, I mean, you can use it obviously without that, and the lid fits perfectly fine without that. Or you can just use it as a nice decorative mug like that. Now, I was saying earlier that the teapots have 3 different designs on them. So there's this one that has blue trees. There's the blue trees, the blue trees. There are some blue trees here. There's this one with red trees and a little bit of orange. How's that? And there's this one with green trees. How's that? So I've got 6, so I've got 2 of each. They also produce in this set a tea mug which flares out, which actually is also a really nice design. It's not, it doesn't come with the little hat, and it doesn't come with the little thing, whatever you call this. I don't know what that is. It is just a straight mug. Now, again, coming back to price, I think the teacups are about £8, which I think is all right. You know, that's not a bad price, and that's for all of this gubbins as well. You know, it's for that whole set. It's about £8. Now, this is probably the most outlandish, most heavily decorated sets that Duchess do. And for us, that's fine. That's fantastic. You know, we love this design. But they do some far plainer sets that are just white and with a gold band. You know, that kind of classic stuff. But I mean, if you want a really wow tea set that, you know, you're not necessarily scared of breaking, that is made in the UK, then this would seem to be a fantastic option. And there you have it, Duchess China. Their website address is here, through the power of video editing. and this video has made me a little bit thirsty, so I'm going to go and have a cup of tea.